Good evening from Washington, D.C. I'm Mehdi Hassan in for Chris Hayes. We still have 23 more days of Donald Trump as president, 23 more days where he will continue to do great damage to this nation. And that damage will extend well into the future. Just today, President-elect Joe Biden said that Trump and his political appointees at the Department of Defense and elsewhere are even now refusing to share crucial information with the incoming Biden administration.
Right now, we just aren't getting all the information that we need for the outgoing administration in key national security areas. It's nothing short, in my view, of irresponsibility.
Trump has spent the past 4 years flooding the zone with outrage after outrage, from praising neo-Nazis to separating children from their parents to causing tens, maybe even hundreds of thousands of American deaths with his botched response to the pandemic, to name just a few of his lowest points. But what he did this weekend is up there with the worst of the worst, in a stark illustration of his cruel indifference to the suffering of millions of Americans. The president spent the past few days golfing in Florida amid a temper tantrum driven by the refusal of some Republicans to aid his efforts to overturn the election and basically end American democracy. The tantrum resulted in a heartless and pointless delay that earned him nothing, but had disastrous consequences for millions of Americans. The president refusing to sign a COVID relief bill negotiated by his own administration with Congress until it was simply too little, too late. To be clear, Trump was trying to score some cheap political points by insisting on $2,000 direct payments to Americans instead of the $600 agreed in the bill. It was a number that many Democrats had long pushed for, but which his own administration and his own party had opposed. So Trump refused to sign the bill as soon as it passed in Congress, and then basically just golfed and tweeted the weekend away. And there was no grand plan here. CNN reported that aides had prepared for the president to sign the bill as early as Christmas Eve. In fact, the smaller of Mar-a-Lago's two ballrooms was prepped for a 7 p.m. ceremony, with a desk prepared and pens at the ready. But Trump then just decided not to go through with it. Instead, the man we were told was the blue-collar billionaire, the champion of working people, waited to sign the bill until late last night. And as a result, millions of Americans are expected to lose an entire week of jobless benefits, because benefits cannot be paid for a week that began before the bill was signed. And Trump outrageously, cruelly, pointlessly did not sign the bill until the start of the week on Sunday. Now, some states are working to prevent that lapse in payments, but many Americans are expected to still lose out on money they desperately need right now. Rent doesn't wait a week. Car payments don't wait. Feeding your kids does not wait. Trump could have signed the bill on Saturday and still gotten a few days of self-serving publicity out of delaying without hurting anyone. But he didn't. He didn't care. He was, as ever, indifferent to the suffering of millions of Americans, while he partied and golfed at his Florida vacation home. Marie Antoinette has nothing on this guy. On Thursday, House Democrats attempted to pass by unanimous consent what Trump called for, $2,000 checks for most Americans. Republicans blocked that effort. So Democrats tried again today, using a procedural move that requires two-thirds support. That effort narrowly passed, and now the bill heads to the Senate, to Mitch McConnell.